Oh my gosh, I just wanted to start off this video by saying thank you. Your girl has finally reached 100 subscribers. But I couldn't have done it without you lot's support, for sharing, for subscribing in the first place, for comments, likes, the feedback, everything has been amazing. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I hope that we can just continue to grow. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because the algorithms on these new things, like, they're messed up, so the video might not come through straight away. So yeah, without further ado, let me get into the video. So today's video is all about emotional health and learning how to deal with your emotions. So one thing I read recently was feelings are fickle, they change frequently and without notification. Since feelings are unreliable, we must not direct our lives according to how we feel. You can be aware of your feelings and acknowledge their legitimacy without necessarily acting on them. It later went on to say that good emotional health is vital for a good life, but a good life also means being able to manage our emotions and not be managed by them. So basically, when you allow your emotions to control you, this is a sign of emotional immaturity. So essentially, like, you're not dealing with your emotions wisely. And in order to conquer this, you must first get to the root of your emotions, if that makes sense. But in order to get to the root of your emotions, you need to learn about yourself and learn about how emotions work. So anyway, many of us, especially myself, we think that running away from emotions is the correct way to deal with it. That whole out of sight, out of mind, it's not there, so I don't have to think about it. This is not really healthy, because by running away, you're actually fixating on the emotion, because, like, you're thinking about the emotion, so you're thinking about ways to escape it. So you're thinking about, does that make sense? Like, it's just constantly there because you're constantly trying to run away from it. So you're just going round and round and round in circles with your emotions. And this is technically what is known as distress intolerance. So I think I spoke about distress intolerance before, but clearly you're supposed to hear about it again, which is why I'm talking about it again. So yeah. So basically last year, it's actually been a year, wow. Last year, when I was re-diagnosed, before I had to attend counselling, I was given a link to a website where you can complete modules and stuff. So the modules were things to do with, like, stress, anxiety, different, like, emotions and stuff that we feel. And she said specifically she wanted me to complete the distress intolerance workbook. There's like 4 different workbooks, I'm not gonna lie. I completed like 2. But it was really interesting because I never heard of it before. So essentially what distress intolerance is, as defined by the website, which I'll leave below, is a perceived inability to fully experience unpleasant, aversive, or uncomfortable emotions, and is accompanied by a desperate need to escape the uncomfortable emotions. So some ways people try to avoid distress are avoidance, numbing and withdrawal, or harmful, like, releases. So avoidance would be avoiding the situation, like, or similar situations to the one that you might have experienced, which causes the emotions. Avoiding a person which may have hurt you or something in some way, or avoiding an activity, which is basically avoiding a situation, duh. But anyway, numbing and withdrawal, so you're using things like alcohol or drugs to numb your emotions. Or withdrawal, you're doing things like binge eating, which you can tell I did by my round face during uni. I'm not gonna lie, food was my best friend, it was my comforter, it was literally everything to me. It was really bad, like binge eating. I'd binge eat, then I feel guilty, then I'd starve, then I'd starve for days, like, then I'd start eating again because I was hungry, and it was a cycle. And then some people just sleep, because sleep is like, you don't have to face your emotions. By the way, if you're going to click on the link, you will see all these things. I'm basically just breaking down what I learned and then adding my 2 cents in on how to, like, deal with the emotions. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, as I said before, by carrying out these actions, you're creating even more of a problem. And whilst you think you're running, you're actually fixating. So you'll end up feeling worse because, as I said, you haven't delved to the root of the issue. So Some people like visuals, so I'm going to create a visual. I was so excited to do this. I don't know why. So basically, in one of my recent devotions, it was exemplifying that our behaviors are a result of our inner beliefs. It set a task to draw a tree, the roots being the inner beliefs and the leaves and branches being the resulting behavior. So let us apply that to distress intolerance. So I like this image because trees, growth, you know. So yeah. So guys, your girl got a whiteboard. That means it's time to be schooled. So, by the way, me and Art are not. Why is the pen that's not going on? But the pen. So, I'm not an artist. Just say this is just a visual. If you didn't know, Tanisha's doing a teaching degree. So just like that. Anyway, so you have the roots of the tree. Can you see? Oh, okay, cool. So you have the roots, yeah. I don't know what roots of trees look like. So the roots of the tree will be your triggers. And then you have soil, right? So the soil is basically where trees gather their nutrients. So these are the things that we tell ourselves based on the triggers. Cool? And then, yeah. Then the bark, that's the long bit in the middle. You know that long bit. That is, what is it? That is us holding in the distress itself. Then the branches, oh, no, I don't care, this is going to be a sick tree. Then the branches are our behaviors or our methods of dealing with distress or unhealthy situations that we feel. And then the leaves, I don't know how to draw leaves, you know. That's how you draw the leaves. Guys, let me just wait. You know what, yeah? As I said, I'm not an artist. This is not supposed to be an art class. Shout out my friend Swain though. Big artist and that, but that's not me. But yeah, this is my tree. These are the leaves. So, as I said, let's just go through that. The roots are the triggers. The soil is where the roots get their nutrients. So the soil is what you tell yourselves, which just results in more triggers. The bark is the bit which is us, where you're holding your distress. The branches are the behaviors we do as a cause of the distress, and the leaves is our mental well-being. So you know, like green leaves represent healthy, and brown or yellow leaves represent dying or sick, about to fall apart. So basically, if it's green, your mental well-being is healthy. If it's not, if it's brown, then you need to fix something. So I've decided, I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys, and I'm going to fill it in. I think you guys should practice at home. So one of my triggers, right? Let me see, how would I do this? Oh yeah, so one of my triggers. So basically last year, I was in a relationship. The relationship ended. Then something else happened, and then it set off a whole spiral of emotions. So the ex is the trigger, right? Then the lies I tell myself, because basically, because same church and I didn't want to see him anymore. So what do? So I told myself if I see him, I don't know, it's gonna be awkward. I'll probably end up crying. Then you start feeding yourselves lies as well, like, I wonder if he hates me. Probably thinks I'm ugly. You know? Those are the lies, that's the soil, right? So that's why. So the distress, that's me. I'm distressed. So the behaviors I carry out, I avoid going where I think he will be. Because I think like this will protect me. Thinking I'm growing, but am I really growing? Because now my leaves are brown because I have pure anxiety that if I see this boy, everything's just gonna go bad. So that happens, and then we have dead trees, and dead leaves on the ground. And then, as you can see, it's just a whole lot of chaos. And that's our minds. And this is not what we want. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm not an artist, but I really hope that you understand from this visual. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see the one. So yeah, we want to be healthy trees. We want to have a healthy emotional well-being. We want to learn how to deal with our emotions wisely. But Tanisha, where do I start? I hear you ask. Well, the first step is to actually be aware of these emotions. Identify it, whether it be anger, sadness, anxiety, jealousy, and it can actually be any type of emotion. Why am I feeling this way? What was the trigger? Because as I said, there's always a root, there's always a reason behind these feelings. Is this the actual emotion I'm feeling, or is it a combination of emotions? Knowing that the emotion that you're feeling is perfectly normal and you shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed of feeling this way. Sometimes, in many cases, your emotion is trying to tell you something. Sometimes it can be as simple as, I didn't sleep enough, or I overslept, which is why I'm feeling anxious or grumpy or on edge. Or it can be a lack of a certain vitamin, a sign you need to talk to someone, or on the flip side, it can be something deeper, whether that be, let me distance myself from this situation for a bit because it brings about this emotion, so you're creating boundaries. You should encourage yourself to do this because you feel this way when you do it. You need to implement things into your life, a routine, so that you have balance and you're also protecting your peace. So that's step one. The most important thing I would encourage is, if the emotion is one of negativity, for you not to run away from the emotion. Do not tuck it somewhere and try to forget about it, because it will build up and it will come back with a vengeance. Your next step is understanding that the feeling will pass, but now that you're aware of it, you have to embrace it. By embracing it, you'll know how to tackle it. So stop and think before you respond. So, for example, let's take anger. So someone gets you mad, yeah, and you're about to retaliate, but you have to stop and think, is it wise to retaliate? Will it only heighten the anger in the situation? Will that benefit you? Will that help the situation? Like, what would that even do? Are you really angry in the first place? Or is it just embarrassment or hurt that you're trying to cover up? Instead of distancing yourself from the anger, I'm not saying it's wrong to be angry, because we all get angry once in a while. Be at one with your anger. Don't act on it. Walk away and cool down. Sometimes in the midst of the emotion, we allow the emotion to cloud our judgment. Then when it has passed, you think, like, I really shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have acted this way. The new feelings rise up, like embarrassment, like, I wonder what everyone thought, like anxiety, oh my gosh, I could never go back there. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a sticky one. So it shouldn't be like that. We should allow the emotion, and when our brain, when our brain is free from clouded judgment, we can use wisdom and discernment in order to level up. A good way to level up, which I found, I think, is on Pinterest. Pinterest is so good, you know, just type in mental health and there's like different things to help you, different things to educate. I've learned a lot, but also do your research yourself, because some people just chat. But anyway, a good way to level up from this emotion and deal with it is to remember a time when you felt the same or similar way before and realize that it will not last forever. Reflect on how you dealt with it the last time and how you can deal with it this time. One thing we need to learn how to do is let go. Once you've now dealt with it, there's no point in harboring the emotion, because by harboring the emotion, you're just keeping it there. Like, when I say you're fixating on something, you just feel worse. It's like, what's that word? Hatred. That's a good emotion. Well, it's not a good emotion, but it's a good example of an emotion. When you harbor hatred, did you know that can actually make you feel sick? Like, oh my gosh, harboring all these negatives, they can have physical impacts as well as mental impacts, and that's why we shouldn't harbor it. But like, hatred is one of the worst emotions to harbor, because hatred can make you do some things, you know. Why do you think some people can murder and not feel away? But anyway, that's like the extent of it. But yeah, hatred, don't harbor that. So why are you even hanging on to the emotion? You have to think about that. Like, what's done is done. I've become aware of it, I've embraced it, I've dealt with it. The emotion itself has probably passed, but you're still acting like it's there. Like with anxiety, oh my gosh. So with anxiety, like I'll feel anxious for a moment, right? And then I'll deal with it, and then it'll go away, and then suddenly I'm thinking, wait, where's my anxiety gone? Like, why is it not there anymore? And I'll start looking for things to be anxious. Does that make sense? I feel like this isn't normal. Like, something needs to make me sad or depressed again. It's so bad, but there are actually people that work this way. So it's them ones when like you play the situation again and again and again, and you just stress yourself out. And as I said, suddenly other emotions are arising that weren't even there to begin with, and it's all just my massive kerfuffle. So, as I said, let go. Whether that be through prayer, I don't know what other methods you lot use. Like, do something you love. I don't know, sing, dance, join up. If you're in uni, join a society. I don't know, go out with your friends. Just do something, like release. The emotional release. That's it. Find some way to release and to let go. Exercise, as people love to tell me, is a very good form of release. So yeah. So let's go back to our tree. I don't know, I'll go back to this tree, but we're gonna go back to the tree, and I'm gonna show you like a good example, because even though trees may die, you have the spring where trees come back, and just like how trees come back, we can renew our mental well-being through these steps, and we can become green again instead of brown. So again, I'm going to give you an example. So yeah, bear with me. Oh yeah, FYI, with the emotions from before, I've actually dealt with this. The only reason I don't go to church anymore is just, like I go to church, just not that one, because I just don't want to. I don't know why, I just don't want to. But anyway, back to our tree. So, I forgot what I even said. Oh yeah, so the roots. We'll try it. These are the roots here. I like they look neater this time. Well, I think they do. Don't know about you. And then the soil. Then the bark. Oh wait, I didn't even say what they were again. So the roots are our triggers. The soil is the things we tell ourselves. The distress is us, and then the bark is how we the distress. The bark is the distress and us how we feel. The branches. This is how I'm palm tree, innit? You know them palm trees you're drawing that year too. Wow. Anyway, and then my leaves have actually gotten better. I don't really care. Do you know what I might just do? You know you did the round puffy cloud thing on this. That's what's true. Anyway, so trigger. So let me take another one. So I grew up singing in church, right? And I remember years ago, like the last time I sang, I started crying in church. This is when I done solos. I just cried after like every time I sang, because I just didn't like being on stage. Didn't like the idea of people watching me. I just didn't like it. Like it's horrible. Like I knew I should be singing to God, but when you have all these people in front of you just staring at you, it's like, oh my gosh. And it was a situation I never wanted to be in again. So recently, someone asked me to sing in church, and I said, oh, you dumb. No, I never said that. I was just sat there, I was like, did I say yes? And the guys, I don't even know what happened, but I said yes. But between the period of me saying yes and the period of me singing, obviously there was triggers. So obviously I started thinking about singing in front of people, right? So that's the trigger. Then I started telling myself, oh my gosh, people are gonna laugh. What else was I? People are gonna laugh. You know, I'm gonna flop. What if I cry again? You know, it was a whole heap of madness. And then there's this whole thing, yeah, where like, obviously I have a baby's voice, as I've been told. I even have a baby's face. I'm 22 and I look like this. But yeah, so like there's that whole thing of, oh yeah, you don't sound like others. And sometimes not being like others, well, that's another thing. I'm not like others. Sometimes not being like others can like get me down. So yeah, that's what I told myself, and obviously it harbored my trigger, right? And so all these feelings of distress arose. See that? See the distress? That's the distress. But I dealt with it properly. So I was aware of my emotion. I was aware. And then I forgot I said this. So I became aware of it, and then I embraced it. And I told myself, do you know what, yeah? I may feel like this, but if I actually go and do it, it might turn out completely different from what I was telling myself. So, guess what Tanisha did? In order to let go, I prayed about it. I know some of you don't believe in God, but no, I do. So I prayed about it, yes. Big key. I practiced, because without practice, I was definitely gonna flop. And then, guys, I done it. Like, I sung. See? Oh no, see, this tree looks discombobulated, but pretend it looks pretty, yeah? So, this, I think you guys should just sit down and maybe draw your own tree. And maybe draw more than one problem at the bottom. Or maybe draw like several trees with different problems. And then see how you deal with those triggers and stuff. Like, I think it's good sometimes to just have visual representation. I was going to say stimuli, is that a word? Isn't it? Visual something. So you can actually see like, rah, this is what I need to do and this is what I need to change. And after I sung, people actually came and told me that they were blessed, and so on and so on and so on. And I actually felt better that I was able to praise God. I was able to let others feel the presence. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was just a blessing, to be honest. And sometimes that's another thing. Sometimes we may feel those ways, but sometimes we just need to act on it. I learned that in CBT, like, yeah. So yeah, hopefully my tree and my point has come across in this video. I hope you learned something. All I can do is try. All I can do is share what I learn on a daily basis when I'm going through things. Because I don't want to come on here and talk about stuff that I never go through. Because how am I supposed to connect with that? And I don't feel you'll connect with me in that aspect. So yeah, I hope you learn from my journey, hence Tanisha's Chronicles. And I hope on your journey you can also reach better well-being. And don't judge my tree. So yeah, thank you for watching my video, guys. Yeah, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, so other people can see and laugh at my tree. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.